Today, from M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, Maryland, it's Week 7 of the NFL on EA Sports. As we'll see Trey Lance and the Baltimore Ravens versus Baker Mayfield and the Cincinnati Bengals.
They love their crab cakes and they love their football. That's what Maryland does. And we are at M&T Bank Stadium down near the inner harbor of Baltimore. The two teams emerging from their respective tunnels a minute ago to the approval of this Baltimore crowd. They're all set as their Ravens will match up with the Cincinnati Bengals. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at this Raven team as they get ready here. And losers their last time out, so they'll look to make amends here.
And one of the best ways you can do that is to be at home, and they are. They're going to try and ride that home crowd and that wave of emotion to a victory in this one.
Meanwhile, for the Bengals here, we're in October now, so everybody should be coming into form, shouldn't they?
They really should, and what you have now is a full routine established about what you want to get done and full focus on the season.
Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season. Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. And he opts to not bring this one out. The first drive will start at the 25. Here come the Bengals now to take over. They'll be led by their fourth-year quarterback out of Oklahoma, Baker Mayfield.
And I'll bet right now just one thought in his mind.
Win the game, yeah.
Oh, yeah, without a doubt. He played pretty well. I mean, he didn't turn over the ball in terms of interceptions,
no,
right?
2 touchdown passes last week.
2 touchdown passes, but when your team doesn't win, that's just hollow. And the best quarterbacks don't care about anything but whether or not their team won.
They'll run with a former member of the Crimson Tide, Damian Harris. He finds some way to turn this into positive yardage as he struggles forward for a pickup of about 2. Harris going to get it again on second down. And he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
To throw, Mayfield. He finds his target. It's Schultz. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first.
Okay. Like a grocery bag.
Would have meant that there was an incompletion. Would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion.
Grab that, B.
I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
On 4th down, Matt Hawk to punt it away. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. On the return, it's Rodgers. 56 yards the punt that time, 12 on the return. And the Ravens will take over. So now we'll get a look at the other offensive unit as they come out for their first possession. They'll be led out by the 3rd overall pick in April's draft, the rookie from North Dakota State, Trey Lance.
And it would be interesting to see pretty early in this one exactly where his head is, because the best quarterbacks shake off performances like he had last week. Way too many interceptions. Didn't throw a touchdown pass. Team lost the game. Let's see if he can bounce back and get things going in the right direction.
He'll be trying to forget those 3 picks, as you noted. And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. Second down coming up.
Well, from an offensive perspective, that was a tough run because he only picked up 3 yards. But let's flip it over to the defensive side. They now have the advantage. 3 3-yard gains. That means they're punting the ball likely on 4th down. That's what you're looking for when you're playing defense.
Yes, it's the switch right there to your right.
From the 22, Lance over the middle and complete to the tight end Higbee. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. Derrick Henry. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a 1st down. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
When you're dead last in the NFL in 3rd down conversions, the odds are against you every time you face it. How about him picking up that one? That was big for them.
Lance now on 1st down. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
Here's 2nd and 10. Now it's Henry. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. Pretty good little two-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
Swings this out here for Cohen. And he's going to be taken down at the 39, clearly short of the first by a few yards. Lance to throw for it on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, a curious decision to go for it doesn't pan out, and that will force a turnover on downs. Now a 1st down carry for Harris, and he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
His first catch, good for 9 and a 1st down. Mayfield looks to throw. That's complete to Troutman, right side. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down. Mayfield over the middle, and it's incomplete.
I'm going to need some help with this one. How did he miss it? Wide open in the end zone. He's not hurried. He's not hit. And somehow, incomplete?
Yeah.
What happened?
During film study, that's one where he's just going to shake his head, not be able to believe it.
6 points go by the wayside on that one.
Mayfield's thrown to the hands of McLaurin. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. Now Mayfield. And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14. Zach Cunningham. He's the culprit, causes a loss of 5, and it brings up 4th down.
We're talking about how teams are so competitively matched, and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal, that's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
And you know he hated taking the loss there on 3rd down. The kick by Carlson is good. And the Bengals are on the board first here. It's 3-0. So a good kick there, and they put the bow tie on it with 3 points.
And let's face it, everybody wants a touchdown. We know that. But in the NFL, defenses are awfully good. You're not going to score each and every time. Be able to knock the ball through the post and take the 3.
By the way, I said bow tie. I meant just bow. Not the tie, but yeah.
Either way.
You got it.
I just went right past it.
And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. But good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
Tackle made by Everson Griffin.
Well, sometimes as a running back, you've got to be able to improvise when the hole's not where you expect it to be. But in this case, there wasn't any improvisation that he could do that was going to work. Kind of like if you're trying to be a comedian on open mic night at the Improv and you run into a tough crowd.
That catch good for 5. It's third down. Second quarter now from Baltimore. It's the Ravens in possession. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Found his target. It's Anderson. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Well, they were in search of a short gain on third down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. He was in search of his tight end, Tyler Higbee. That'll bring up second down.
As we've seen, their first 2 drives didn't yield anything points-wise. Certainly feels like they think to themselves, it's time to open this thing up, taking the big shot downfield.
That's complete to his tight end, Higbee. That helps the completion percentage, but not much else, and now it's 3rd and 10. Now Lance again. Flushed out right. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. The Ravens send their punter out now. Desmond King back deep. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And a fair catch called for and made at the 12-yard line. 31 yards on the punt there. And the Bengals will have a 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. The Bengals drive about to get going. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Mayfield. He's got the connection to Cole Beasley.
Good job, man.
A nice move gets him a few extra. Down just shy of his 20. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Throwing, Mayfield. That swung out wide to Harris. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. And that gain of 9 buys them a new set of downs. They'll run on 1st down. It's Harris. Now this will go for 5 up to the 33.
That's a really good gain right there. They pick up 5 yards halfway to a 1st down. The only problem now in the huddle, everyone's going to want to touch the football. Be a lot of chattering now because they've seen they can move the line of scrimmage.
Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down. They hand this off to Harris. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. They'll get 14 on that one. Good for a Bengal 1st down. Mayfield down. And the catch made. This is Emmanuel Sanders. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
And he'll wind up getting about 6 out of that as that's going to lead us to the 2-minute warning. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. Working with a 2nd and 4. Mayfield to throw it. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And the Bengals are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5. Here's Mayfield. sacked right around the 17. It's the former number 4 pick Will Fuller that got in there to bring him down. First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further. And he's going to drop this down to Harris, middle of the field. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Only 3 yards there on the completion. That'll lead to a 3rd and goal. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. Then he finds Beasley, complete. They do get the pitch and catch. However, it's 4th down. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. The kick by Carlson is good, and they're able to double their lead just before half. It's 6-0. So a nice kick there as they are able to add on to their lead.
And that's exactly what you're looking to do. Maneuver yourself into range. That way, if your drive stalls out, you're able to get something out of it. And they do so right there.
And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. The Raven offense going to take over late in this first half. And with them trailing, there is still enough time to try to string a few plays together, maybe get into field goal range. Throwing on first down is Lance. And he will find his man Ruggs. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Back-to-back plays of right around 30 yards, and the field position has totally been flipped. 2nd and 10.
You. Line 52. And let's pin the mirrors back and go full strength. Choose the mic. Watch Mike. I'm here all day. He's crashing. He's checking crash. Check. Slam.
Now Lance. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Micah Hyde. And the Bengals are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield. The rookie was trying to push it downfield, but the safety bit him.
And he'll learn that you have to hold the safety. And you do that with your head movement, your eyes, sometimes your shoulders. Hold the safety so that you can get back to the throw that you really want to make. He got so excited thinking his guy was open that he made it easy for the defensive back to go get the football.
From the 47, it's 2nd and 5. Now back to throw. Over the middle, complete. That's Schultz. 7 yards there and a first down. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. This is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. So we have reached halftime here, and it's the visiting Bengals out in front. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. A lot to get to here as some of the division races starting to take shape as we look around the NFL here in week number 7. We'll begin up north at MetLife Stadium over in New Jersey. And it's the Panthers who are out in front.
Dang,
2 touchdown passes there for Dak Prescott. From there, we're off to Tennessee to check on the Titans at home in Nashville.
That was your black break.
They trail the visiting Chiefs in that one. Allen Robinson, a
cold
touchdown reception.
Feels cold.
Lastly, we head to Gillette Stadium in Foxborough to check on the Patriots. And they have the lead over the visiting New York Jets.
Oh, this is what you're doing.
Tony,
Cinematographer.
Touchdown catch
the ashtrays on the floor.
In the game you're watching is
Videographer.
Mayfield with a strong first half. His guys lead it at the break as we send you back up to Baltimore. And Brandon got it. Brandon.
It's all good.
All right, Coach, thanks very much. Fine work as always as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. The Ravens set to receive the football, trailing here as we resume action in the third quarter. Here's Cohen now to return. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. Now here's the signal caller getting ready to lead this offense again. And he comes out on the heels of an interception he threw last time they had the ball.
Yeah, and you know, the quarterbacks that I know that are the best ones, the ones that really know how to lead their team, they tell them, that's on me. That's my bad. But let's go back out there and move ahead again, guys. We can get this done.
One good thing for him, it did only lead to 3 points and not a touchdown after that turnover.
Big thanks to the defense.
On first down, Lance got Anderson on the slant. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a third here, and it's good for a first.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's
trying to get it to Anderson, but it's intercepted. Picked off by the rookie first-rounder, Jamin Davis. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 for a Bengals TD. A big play there by the rookie. An interception followed by the return for 6 points.
If you want to be accepted by your teammates and coaching staff, make plays like that.
The defense more than did its job. Now the offense is summoned onto the field as they'll go for 2. Following the interception, Mayfield. And he's got it. So the try for 2 successful. And that bumps their lead up even further. And there's a quick momentum swing. INT return for a pick 6, and then the 2-point conversion good.
And even if you're keeping your wits about you, you're thinking to yourself, okay, extra point block team going into the game now. All of a sudden you're hearing defense, everyone's scrambling for their helmets and throwing down their cups of water. That's a great position for them to be in, trying to score against that team. A little bit disjointed.
And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Baltimore about ready to go on offense. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we're having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And if finally kept having a rough patch, he said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm.
And
he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Brian Poole. And they will finally bring this run back to an end, but not before he's down inside the 5-yard line at the 4. A young quarterback, Charles, rolling to his right. I know he's right-handed, but is that one that maybe a veteran sticks in his pocket?
I think so, but you have to remember with young quarterbacks, it may take a few years before they get all the stuff out of them that they did earlier in their career or even in their college days when they were used to being dominant. In this case, the NFL veteran defense ended up winning the battle.
3 red zone trips have yielded just 2 field goals for them to this point, so they'll be searching for something more on 2nd and goal here. The catch good for 6 yards, but now it's 3rd and goal.
And Brandon, as you know, sometimes it's a lot tougher to run with these tight ends nowadays in the NFL. They're just bigger wide receivers. He lined up on the left side of the formation, ran a drag route, and caught it.
And he is in. Touchdown, Bengals. His 3rd rushing touchdown on the year, his 5th overall. And the Bengals use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead is now 24. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And it was Damian Harris who finished things off with a touchdown run. Here's Cohen now to return. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. comes the Cincinnati defense now. They get ready for the next possession. And the interception the last time, their third takeaway of the game, Charles.
They're just flocking to the football so well. And not only are they doing that, they're making big-time plays and taking it away from it. Big hits, big plays. They're looking very good in this ball game.
You said flocking, flying to the football. Coaches always use that, don't they?
They really do. It's almost as it goes back to the old, when they click off the frame at the end of a play, they want to see all 11 defensive guys in that picture.
And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50. And now they're in the hurry up. Henry. And he's got some space here. 20, 10, and he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Derrick Henry, his 9th touchdown of the season, and the Ravens get a bit closer.
I guess when you look back on it, it was just a matter of time until he popped a big one like that. And, you know, at halftime, you and I discussed it. They had done a nice job on him in the first half. But there were a couple of occasions where it felt like he might wiggle out of traffic and take it to the house. Finally here in the second half, that got done.
And he will get into the end zone to cut the lead a little bit further. But it's still an uphill battle from here, that's for sure. But that makes it a 2-score game.
And now we see why teams practice so much on the two-point conversion, why you have more than one play ready, because you may need multiples throughout a ball game. There's a great example right there.
The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. 40 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. He'll look to throw.
Oh, shit, y'all.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Give him 19 there as the drive marches forward. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Looking to throw. He finds his man complete. That's Schultz. A gain of 6 there on 1st. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
From the 39, Mayfield. On the left side, he finds Beasley. And he's going to be taken down with the 1st down at the Ravens' 17-yard line. A good pickup there at 22.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4. He'll look to throw. Touchdown, Bengals. It's complete. Emmanuel Sanders, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Bengals get another 3rd quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that pushes the lead up to 23. A drive that time of 6 plays. And it's finished off with a Cincinnati touchdown. Here's Cohen now to return. And they'll get him down inside the 30 to 27. And Baltimore's offense set for this next possession. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
Meanwhile, Lance's throw, it's complete into the hands of Higbee. They're going to hurry back to the line now. Throwing again on 2nd down. Lance able to find Shaheen here. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we've played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Ravens on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. Lance going to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Lance and company going on 4th down. And connecting here with DJ Shark. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Oh, my God.
They'll let this one go deep for Chuck. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Again, they'll throw it with Lance. This will go to Henry out wide. Gave a glimpse of his power that time. And then brought down at the 30. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. Now a diving effort right sideline. He's got it. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry up. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll be stopped up after only a couple of yards as he gets it down to the 5. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal.
Check. Crunch. Shit.
And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. This likely a must-have 3rd and goal. Here's Henry. He's going to be marked down very close to the 1st down marker, but it looks like he's a yard short. The field goal doesn't help. They're going to go for the 6 here on 4th and goal. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Derrick Henry, his 10th touchdown of the season, 2nd of the game. And the Ravens' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. They'll look to throw. He's got it. So they convert the 2. That keeps their slim hopes alive as we're back to a 2-score game. And around the goal line, especially on 2-point tries, sometimes the QB's best friend is that big target, the tight end.
I love how you described it because you know he's going to have some length and some catch radius as well as a big body to keep people away from the football.
And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. Baker Mayfield leads the offense out for their next possession. And he had the touchdown on the last drive, also 4 for 4. Very, very effective. What does he need to do to translate that forward into this drive?
Not think that what he saw in coverages last time is exactly what he's going to get again. He's got to play ahead and start thinking to himself, okay, we just did that. What are they going to take away now? What do we go to as a counter? And continue to encourage his offensive line to continue to give him time.
They were really good on the last drive. From the 31, Mayfield. He finds his man complete. It's Schultz. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a 1st down. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. That's going to be their 2nd. They'll be left with 1 more plus the 2-minute warning, and we'll be back. And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll in fact tackle him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And down he goes into 49, a 3-yard pickup. And now here comes the 3rd of their timeouts defensively. So they'll be left with only the 2-minute warning to stop it from here on out. On 3rd down, Mayfield. Pressure comes and down goes Baker Mayfield. Eric Armstead, the defensive end, will get credited for the sack. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 4th down here in a game that looks to have been decided already. On is the punter Hawk as he gets this one away. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. The Baltimore offense at the line set to get going. Good drive last time. Really effective passing the football. Do you maybe mix it up, now go to the ground game and surprise the defense a little bit?
I would anticipate the defense making some changes, but I wouldn't necessarily just absolutely go in the opposite direction. They're doing so well throwing the ball.
Yeah, why
I wouldn't change it up until they showed me a reason to do so.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Lance. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Connects with Ruggs, and he'll be out right at the 35. That's good for a Raven 1st down, 15 yards there. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Gonna get this to Cohen. Call it a gain of 5, and it'll be 2nd down. The Ravens moving quickly here as the clock runs. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. On play action, Lance. And this one is incomplete.
I should have done it myself, though.
That means it's just one last chance left, and this has to be a 1st down or a touchdown, or this game's over.
And they'll go for it. Lance. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. One crisis averted, but they still need to move hastily. Flush to his right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. They'll try the right side with Henry. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. Clock rolling here, about to hit 30 seconds. And they fake the handoff. Now Lance. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Got his connection complete to Ruggs. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a 1st down. They'll let this go for the end zone. And it is incomplete. Good positioning there downfield to break that one up.
I remember a coach telling me a long time ago the difference between playing corner and safety in the NFL. Corner is like the Autobahn. Everybody just flying by, and these corners have been really busy in this game, although they got it done on the last play.
On the last play, yes, but there have been some good numbers put up against them offensively. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. One final try now for Lance. One last shot at the end zone. And this is going to be caught. So it affects the final score, not the outcome, but it is a late touchdown here on the game's final play. Doesn't affect the outcome, but hey, nice job there to put it in the end zone for the final play.
Could it affect other things? Sometimes these types of scores are ones that we don't consider big at the time. Then later on we find out maybe that was a tiebreaker.
Yeah.
Or, of course, in the fantasy football world, these points mean a lot.
A lot there. They'll try and run it in with Henry. And he'll take this for a short gain on what will prove to be the final play of this ball game. So they tried to tack on 2 more. Wouldn't have mattered as far as who won and who lost, but that's how this one ends.
Felt like cosmetics, didn't it? Just put another 2 points on the board, make the score look a little bit better. Maybe they wanted to run a 2-point.
This player has a zone ability. This is a powerful ability that can be activated when the player completes in-game objectives. Only X-Factor players have zone abilities.